to the flip side at TAC Ad Edition. Well, with only a few weeks to go before Ontarians go to the polls, the three parties will be flooding the airwaves with their recent set of ads. And looking a little bleary-eyed after watching ads all morning, Lauren, what have you seen?
Well, let's take a look at where the parties are at right now. The latest Farm Research poll, Liberals were leading at about 41% support. The PCs were trailing somewhere in the mid-30s, and we have the NDP at about 20%. So these TAC ads have started coming out online on YouTube, and from the Liberals, they've had this little promise. They're going to try and keep it positive, but in that spirit, they've already had 2 TAC ads online.
Is Andrea Horvath for real? I'm Kathleen Wynne, and I stand behind this message.
Now, Kathleen Wynne has also starred in a series of ads in which she's walking and talking to the camera, just like this.
Tim Hudak and the Conservatives don't support Labour in this province. That's a fact. His plan is to drive down wages by weakening unions.
Can I tell you how hard it is to walk and talk to the camera?
I imagine it's difficult.
All right, as someone who has produced a lot of PSAs in her time, I have to admire that. But here's the main crux of the ads. They are about her. Yes, she is talking about the platform, but she is talking to you, the viewer. And she's confident, and she's articulate, and she does it very well bilingually, because I did watch the French ads. And she's looking very premier-like, which is not really what I can say about the other two.
Speaking of the other two, so looking at the PCs, they've done something sort of unexpected. They've kind of gone the Obama route.
So here we stand at a moment of truth for our great province. It's a time of challenge, but it's also a time of hope. And we have hope because we have a choice.
So the message here is really about hope and change and 1 million jobs. Do you think that's going to work for them?
It's interesting how much this one differs from the Kathleen Wynne ad. And I say the Kathleen Wynne ad because Tim Hudak is somewhere in the background.
Kind of behind the working Ontarians.
Yeah, and he is not the ones he's going to fire. However, no. So they have shots that are just stills of him. There's nothing of him really talking to you, which makes me believe that maybe his personality quotient isn't as high as Kathleen Wynne's right now. Maybe he is not personally appealing to voters right now. So the best thing that they can do is come out with a strong narrative, which is about hope, change, and jobs, and keep enough of Tim Hudak in the background so at least you know what he looks like and you know what his name looks like on the ballot.
All right. Well, these two parties, if they're looking at what the leaders are doing, the NDP aren't really doing much so far.
Where have they been?
Well, there's one TAC ad out online talking about Liberal spending and all this money that was wasted on the gas plant scandal.
Kathleen Wynne can't run away from her scandals. You are looking at 10 years of Liberal mismanagement. Liberals wasted billions on e-health, Orange, cancelling gas plants.
So I think what we're really seeing from the NDP is, well, not much. What do you think they have to do to catch up?
I'm really shocked about this because Andrea Horvath really could have used this snap election, which really wasn't a snap election, but you would think that her war room would have been ready and out there to really pit her and her party as the official opposition. Where has she been? I'm thinking that their whole strategy was, let the PCs and the Liberals fight it out in the first few weeks of the campaign, and nothing really matters until the last few weeks. Well, I hate to say it, but she hasn't been around at all. She's kind of not exactly been in absentia, but you haven't seen her as much as Kathleen Wynne and Tim Hudak have been out there. So she has a huge catch-up to do, and I'm not sure how much that makes sense.
Well, she just put out her platform on Thursday, so I think we're going to see the real NDP strategy coming out within the next few weeks.
She's got a lot of work to do. She's way behind in the polls, and if you're going to catch up 20 points, you're going to need more than just making sense. You're going to need magic.
Yeah, well, maybe magic can happen in 3 weeks.
Or on a new TV ad.
Never know.
And we'll take a look at it right here on the flip side.
We'll see you next week.